Hey everyone, this is Steve with 57 Consulting, here with a video about the new Sidewinder Stalk. I'm going to compare it to the Legacy Sidewinder series and just do a quick first impression video. After we get some use under it, then we'll come back and do a little bit more of an actual review, but this is just a first look. Here we go. Okay, so here in the center you see the light as it comes. They send you both CR123 battery, which is in the light, and a AA, which I'm not sure why. You also get a sticker, and I bought the version with the ops core rail mount, which also comes with this little Velcro, basically a short section of ops core rail and a set screw. So we'll talk about mounting here in a moment. I'm going to be mostly comparing and contrasting this with the Sidewinder Mini. This has been my task light for quite some time now, and so it's kind of my baseline. I specifically purchased this because it appears to be better set up for the side of a helmet with the rail mount, and you know, it has the flexible boom so I can direct the light exactly where I want it. Not terribly uncommon or unlike setting this up on the front of your head, but naturally on a helmet I want to keep the front clear for other accessories. So let's go through the features just real quick. It's got a button on top, just a push button. It is tactile. It's your on-off switch. You also have a selector wheel that you can select between color, IR, and off. I'm sorry, white and off. So you can completely lock out the light's ability to turn on if that's important to you. The IR section of the wheel is raised, so you can feel that through gloved hand. It's not a big raise, so like winter gloves, probably not going to feel it super well, but that is there. And there's a little arrow to indicate, remind you that you're selecting whatever thing is here, not whatever the thing is here. You'll notice there's a little shiny bit in the middle of the wheel. That's a IFF beacon, so an IR strobe that you can turn on and off by selecting IR mode, turning the light on, and then turning on this little toggle on the back. This toggle has a lockout, okay, so that you can't accidentally activate that, and the strobe is only available when the light is in IR mode. On the back is the batteries area. Got this little wire thing that locks that in place. It's not my favorite method, but it works. And that's pretty much that. Even if you do order the ops core rail version, you will get this clip that can go on Molly or on any of their legacy button style mounts. So for instance here, I've got this mount. It's their helmet mount with the little hook around the back. That's what I've been keeping my legacy Sidewinder on, and it clips on just fine. Oop, out of frame there. Still has the indexing and all that fun. So a little bit more on buttonology. If you hold, you'll adjust your brightness. It goes up and down rather than cycling high, medium, low, off, or high, medium, low, high. It goes back up. It always turns on in low mode if that's important to you. If you want to change the color, you're going to press this 5 times and hold on the 5th, and you've got blue, red, and green. So for me, I have found that typically I'll be using one color over the course of a mission or a task. So I don't find hiding the other colors in under, you know, a numbered press to be too obnoxious. I'm not a big fan typically of numbered presses, like, okay, do, you know, press 3 times for strobe or press and hold 5 times for color changes in this case. However, in case you forget, it is written right here on the bottom of the light. So I've got all those instructions, just like the original Sidewinder had all that. So now, so this of course is Molly. I mentioned that, the type of mounts. Let's switch this out to the ops core mount and see how that goes. It's not a quick like click off. You've got to actually unscrew this, and it appears that this screw does mesh with plastic, so Not sure how long that's going to hold up if you're planning on switching this back and forth on a daily basis. Probably going to strip out sooner or later. However, most users are most likely going to mount it and forget it, so I wouldn't see that as a significantly huge downside. So with this on, you see it's got a little spring. I actually had to adjust, aka shove a screwdriver in there and bend it, for this to stick out enough to engage the little holes, and it kind of locks it in place. They then provide this screw that I haven't really seen. The instructions are a little bit vague on how to use this, but from what I understand, it's supposed to engage there, but it doesn't. As you can see, you can still pull it right off. So that's kind of interesting. I've hit up Streamlight about this, emailed them, and also emailed the store that I bought it from. Both of them. Well, Streamlight has not gotten back with me. The store has asked for a video, so they'll be getting a link to this. Of course, here we go on an actual helmet. Arc rail. You can hear it kind of indexes, but it's still easy to push around. And then the set screw again will go in, but it's not long enough to engage anything. So as you can see, it doesn't actually touch. So yay for that. As far as brightness goes, so the main thing you're going to see is a wider swath of light with the stock, the new light. The original one has a clear lens rather than a diffuser, and so it's a very specific orientation on the light. Tomato, tomato, right? So the stock has a brighter LED. It appears to be about the same brightness, just over a wider area. So better peripheral, less concealed light spillage. So more light spillage, if that makes sense. Don't have nods, so we don't get to test that. Bump over to white. There we go. About the same. We can cycle through. We can definitely see how there's a specific hotspot. Oop, there's one less. There we go. There's one less level of adjustment with the stock. As you can see, the lens gives you a good hotspot on the original Sidewinder. It does not on the stock area. So better peripheral, less concealed light spillage. So more light spillage, if that makes sense. Don't have nods, so we don't get to test that. Bump over to white. There we go. About the same. We can cycle through. We can definitely see how there's a specific hotspot. Oop, there's one less. There we go. There's one less level of adjustment with the stock. As you can see, the lens gives you a good hotspot on the original Sidewinder. It does not on the stock. Okay, with the lights back on, look at a couple more things. Bringing up the instructions, it does show that thumb screw oriented the way that I had it. I wondered at some point if maybe I was putting it backwards or something. The other one thing I wanted to point out is it appears that there are going to be front nod mounts, button mounts, and aviation nod mounts and rail mounts for the Sidewinder series. I haven't seen them available yet, but that sounds pretty interesting to me. That's pretty much all I got out of the out of the instructions. The rest of them just pretty much explain in detail what's already written on the light. Okay, hope you have enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, bell icon, all those things. Visit us at 57consulting.com. For those who are unaware, we produce educational content. The public side is just the tip of the iceberg. We do a lot of instructor development and curriculum development. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, let us know. Thanks.